My name is Sharda Krishnapan. I visit Delta Chi, Pi Cap, and a couple other fraternities around campus. I think the treatment's different between like the brothers of the fraternities, the girls that visit there, and then any other visitors per se, but it's not like a striking difference that I've noticed.
Okay.
Obviously the brothers come first in the fraternities. I think everyone else, regardless of who it is, usually go there because you know someone there, so you usually receive equal
Anyone
treatment.
else?
In the fraternities that I've gone to, I think they treat them the same. I don't know how it is in every fraternity here at Georgia Tech, but I think the ones that we've gone to, it's usually like
I'm Andrew Perry, and I'm a brother at Delta Chi. We do have some queer brothers at Delta Chi. There are about 7 or 8 in them, of them. It's interesting. It's a sub-community in a community. Everybody in Delta Chi is very accepting, and the group of the queer brothers do get along very well. There's no drama among us. We all hang out sometimes. So after chapter, we'll go out to eat together, just to kind of catch up on everybody's life. And then some of the queer alumni also will come out and invite us over and stuff like that. Everyone's been very, very supportive of all of us. It's really been something kind of all of a sudden for a lot of people. Within the past year, 4 or 5 guys came out of the closet, which was awesome. So once they realized that Delta Chi was very accepting, they felt a lot more comfortable about who they were. Delta Chi is intentionally inclusive because so first off, the most blatant and obvious way of them being inclusive is we have lists on our email server. So one of the lists is the one for queers that want to just be able to communicate, have somebody to talk to whenever they have issues. So recently we've started utilizing that email server a lot more. And then the Brotherhood is inclusive through just the way they communicate to us and treat each other. So when I take a guy on a date night, they'll greet him and hang out with him and treat him like he's just a normal person, just a normal date, just like anybody else's date. And it's very nice because a lot of guys who do have questions will come up and just ask us about what they don't understand. And we try to communicate as clearly as possible. Delta Chi always is very understanding of everything we have to say and do. Probably have like an organization or something like that. I know that there's one just recently started or getting started that I'm looking into. I forget the name of it, but that's something that I think we should go ahead and implement and make more prominent on campus, especially in the Greek community, because there are a lot of guys in the closet and fraternities that are scared of what will happen. One of my friends down in Florida, he just got kicked out of his fraternity for coming out of the closet. So having some place for those type of people who are afraid to be themselves in their own community should have somewhere else to go, some safe place. So we have 2 houses. The old house is not as wheelchair accessible. You'll have to go upstairs some way. But the new house, the one that was recently built, is very wheelchair accessible. We do have stairs in the front, but in the back we have a ramp up to the house, and then to get up floors we have an elevator. So it's definitely feasible for somebody with a wheelchair to live in there. There isn't anybody who's been in a wheelchair who lives in there now. And I know even mental disabilities are easily able to live in there. One of the brothers has an autistic sister who comes and visits all the time. So she likes it. Everything's fine with her.
Percy Young, definitely. I mean, there are other LGBT individuals who frequent our parties as well, and I think everybody's accepted. The issue has never really come up. I do identify as gay, but I sometimes do not feel like I show it very much externally, so it's not something that usually comes up. I've heard of like a story from a friend of mine who I think was told that he would no longer be. There was no reason for him to go back to Rush because of his sexual orientation. I think they would require action from the individual brothers of the fraternity to actively include people who are not like themselves, and to educate themselves a little more